You can catch the second week of the NFL series next Sunday, right here on Fox. When Fox News continues, Chris Dunn will have your Labor Day forecast.
And some polka fans dance the day away in Cape Coral. Stay with us.
Named Best Newscast in Florida by the Associated Press. This is Fox News at 10, Weekend Edition, with Michelle Tuzee, Chris Dunn Weather, and Gary Gelfand Sports. Fox News at 10 is closed captioned for the hearing impaired.
Boy, doesn't that look fun.
Well, Chris, I noticed in some of the football games we saw all day, especially here on Fox, that people were wearing sweaters or at least windbreakers in Chicago. That was reassuring news to us about our weather, right or wrong.
It's starting to feel a lot like fall up to the north, but we're still stuck in summertime, and it looks like for another month at least, with temperatures still hanging in there in the low 90s. Our average summertime thunderstorms kicking in this afternoon once again, and we'll tell you about some of those cooler temperatures up north in just a minute. Right now, we actually have a slightly cooler evening tonight than we did last night. Low to mid 80s last night. 77 is the current temperature tonight, with 75 our dew point. Relative humidity at 94%, a rising barometer, calm wind, and official 24-hour rainfall at Page Field, 0.2 of an inch. Overnight, there are a couple of light showers still hanging in there. Otherwise, gradual clearing for most of us. A few stars appearing later on tonight, and temperatures holding steady in the low to mid 70s overnight. Here's a quick check of the tropics, and our quiet tropical season continues to be just that, quiet. One of the features we pointed out last night is this tropical wave moving into the Lesser Antilles. And as we roll this into motion, you can see the clouds and the showers and thunderstorms still continuing with this one. No development at this time, and another tropical wave out into the southwest Caribbean, still showing no signs of development out here. So things remaining quiet as we get into the peak of the hurricane season for the Atlantic and the Gulf of Mexico. Next rad Doppler radar from just a couple of hours ago. A line of thunderstorms from Tampa back down into Hendry and Glades counties. As we roll this into motion, bring it up to date, you can see all of this really dissipating. A couple of small showers just to the offshore waters of Captiva and Sanibel Island. And it looks like most of us will be seeing dry weather for the rest of tonight. And notice the absence of any showers here to the north. Some drier air filtering in and some cooler air too. 70 degrees at Jacksonville, 72 Tallahassee, and 70 degrees right now in Pensacola. And that drier air is going to limit the showers in north and central Florida, and just isolated showers for us down here in southwest Florida for tomorrow and on into Tuesday as well. 79 for Cape Coral at the current temperature, also 79 at Fort Myers Beach, and no rain here. 75 at Port Charlotte. Did find some rain at Lehigh Acres, 0.7 of an inch, and 72 degrees the current temperature. A pretty strong rain shower earlier this afternoon. Golden Gate with a half-inch of rain at 75, and Lake Placid currently at 80 degrees. High temperature in Fort Myers, 95 after a morning low of 75, and those rain showers that kicked in earlier this afternoon really cooled things off, as they tend to do in the summertime. We'll take it from southwest Florida on a Fox weather flight and pull back to the national perspective. Actually, we have two separate storm systems we're talking about. An intense area of low pressure off the northeast will bring about some coastal flooding and beach erosion up here, as a very tight pressure gradient between this high and this low will really bring the winds howling into the northeast. And a wet weather system up in the upper plains moving into the Great Lakes with a lot of rain up there, and also keeping down the temperature with a lot of cloud cover. Chicago only up to 66 degrees. They were bringing out their sweaters for the Chicago Bears game this afternoon. Madison, Wisconsin, 63. Into the Ohio Valley and parts of the northeast, also very delightful day. 72 at Cleveland, 69 Erie, Pennsylvania. And into the northeast, the storm clouds remaining offshore. Most of the heavier rain will stay offshore with a lot of wind through New York City and Boston for tomorrow. They got up to 65 there, 71 for New York City this afternoon, and Atlantic City up to 71 degrees as well. Here's our forecast for tomorrow morning. 8 o'clock, warm and humid, mostly sunny with 76 degrees. Into the afternoon, partly cloudy skies and only isolated thunderstorms for the afternoon hours. Once again, another warm one, 90 to 94, the high temperature. On the wind, on the water, I should say, a variable wind to 10 knots with an afternoon sea breeze coming in off the Gulf of Mexico. 1 to 2 foot waves and a light chop on the inland waters. 87 the Gulf temperature at Naples. We have 4 tides coming up for Sanibel for tomorrow, and your sunrise and sunset information. Here's our 5-day forecast. Only isolated showers for Monday and Tuesday. And then by Wednesday and Thursday, it looks like we'll get back to that more typical summertime pattern with more widespread showers and thunderstorms. And all through the upcoming week, high temperatures in the low 90s. No chance of 60-degree readings just yet.
Just yet. It's Chris. When we come back, we'll show you the second man-made object visible from space. Stay with us. Now, with a look around the rest of our world at 10, here's Jennifer Crawford.
In the Bosnia capital of Sarajevo, the government warns Pope John Paul it cannot guarantee the Pope's safety for Thursday's visit. Many Serbs believe the Vatican is siding with Bosnia's Croats, who are mostly Roman Catholic. And the Pope insists his visit to the war-torn nation will be a pilgrimage of peace. In Moscow, the Russian army completed its withdrawal of troops from Germany yesterday. The Russian troops marched the same route through Berlin when they conquered Nazi Germany 49 years ago. The returning troops were hailed as soldiers of the new Russia when they arrived in Moscow. In Alaska, 3 villages have been evacuated because of flooding along the Koyukok River. The flooding has caused nearly $22 million in damages. Authorities fear money may soon run out at temporary shelters. Severe flooding may also keep residents out of their homes for the winter. In Georgetown, Texas, a routine lawn mowing resulted in 1,000 bee stings for an elderly gentleman. The bees attacked 3 other people and swarmed throughout the town. Police quarantined a 10-block area until beekeepers finally destroyed the 10-foot-tall hive. Authorities are not sure if the attack was by killer bees. And in Osaka, Japan, it's an artificial island that doubles as an international airport. The Kansai Airport is Japan's 2nd international facility. The 1,200-acre airport is one of 2 man-made structures visible from space. The other is the Great Wall of China.
Gary Gelfand is next with sports. The football season is finally here. Gary.
It's here, Pete, and it's on Fox. The first game was between the Bears and the Bucks. Sherry Lowe is live in Chicago. Don't go away.
Fox Sports at 10 is brought to you by Stereo World, the place for the low price guarantee.
Fox Sports brought their first regular season game to television. The Chicago Bears entertained the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Sherry Lowe is at Soldier Field for the game and joins us live from Chicago. Sherry?
Gary, the Bears went 4-0 in preseason, so everybody knew that they would be a tough team to beat. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers found out just how tough on the first regular season game by Fox.
Plenty more football coming up in the Fox Skybox in about 5 minutes. Tonight's Sports Reel starts on the courts in New York.
Gabriela Sabatini continues to roll. Today she took on Elena Lakravtseva. Here she finishes her off with a nice overhand. Sabatini advances 6-2, 6-1.
The first Sunday of the 1994 season is almost in the books. Here's a look at all the scores from today. So a good day for the Dolphins, not so good for the Bucks. But how about Dan Marino?
460?
I think it was 463, I think it was.
Well, Bledsoe, it's like the old time when the AFC had absolutely no defense. 39, 35,
Yeah.
last one with the football wins the game.
That's the way it was today.
Feel good. Well, the Romans are proud of their Coliseum, but the Trojans had a field day with theirs. We'll explain when Fox News at 10 continues. Stay with us. Chris Dunn joins us once again with a look at tomorrow morning's eye-opener weather.
And Pete, tomorrow we're entering into day 3 of the 3-day holiday weekend. Happy Labor Day. It looks like we'll start it out tomorrow morning at 8 o'clock with lots of sun for your holiday fun, at least in the morning hours. A few clouds later on in the day. Our wake-up temperature at 76 degrees. Pete?
It was an earth-shattering day at the Los Angeles Memorial Coliseum. Thanks to $60 million in repairs, the historic stadium reopened yesterday. Nearly 8 months ago, it suffered severe damage by the January earthquake. But even the Coliseum's Olympic torch has been relit. More than 54,000 people gathered in the new structure to watch Southern Cal's football team win its season opener against Washington. And speaking of football, the season for Fox NFL has kicked off a big day with big games. For a complete inside look, join us in just a minute for the Fox Skybox. Stay with us.